What's up? Black men will be lonely if they do not learn how to initiate and lead their relationships in their lives. Now, you're a black man trying to self improve and gain a grounded identity in being a black man. I have a deep dive guide on all the things of learning who to look up to in black history, eating healthier, becoming more financially literate, having a more calisthenics based workout, and also learning to come together with other black men on a weekly basis to self improve and gain that grounded identity in being a black man. If you're interested in that and you know you're a black man who has to be the strongest version of himself, the link for that will be in the bio section of my YouTube channel. So click on my channel, click on that bio section, click on that, internalize that, and be the strongest version of yourself as a black man. Now, when we dive into getting the relationships we want in life and having the right social life we want, I think it's important for every black man who maybe has social anxiety, who maybe wants to have a wife one day, have a good group of friends one day, wants to really be around community, right? Of black men who are trying to win in life and be around the right woman and find the right woman. I think it's important for us to learn how to initiate and lead interactions with people, lead relationships when it comes to your girlfriend or even when it comes to friendships at times, because there's so many times nowadays, especially in the black community, where we like to break apart from everything and we are just a individual, and that's not good for black people specifically. Not good for anybody, but black people, we already are disorganized, and in us being disorganized, we still have this mentality of I have to make it on my own type of mentality. And this is not to say that you shouldn't work hard and you shouldn't try to gain something for yourself, but this usually takes away your cooperation, your teamwork, your ability to work with people to improve, to get better in life, not just on a financial level, but on a relationship level, on a self-improvement level, on a health level, working together with people to be a better person. That's the thing I believe that we lack. And so one thing that I'm trying to understand in my life and one thing I'm trying to get right in my life is embracing and learning how to initiate things. If I see a girl that look pretty, I think that that's an important thing, that you try to talk to that person, that you try to get to know that person, right? If it's a dude that look if it's a guy that you think is like minded to you, you know, try to hang out with that guy, try to be around that person, right? Uh, and that's why I feel like that's why we need a organization. Obviously, any black man watching this, apply this to your daily life, right? Initiating relationships, initiating interactions with people, uh, socializing and doing things where you're not gonna sit and wait. Because when it comes to organization, we can all do things together. We're all like minded, and that community part is there. We're not alone. We're doing it together. We're winning together. We're defending and we're creating, and we're doing everything together. And that's the goal, for us to all individually improve when we can do it together. But the problem that I see nowadays is that there's so many guys that are lonely, or that a lot of black men who are lonely, and they're scared to put themselves out there, be around people, receive help. We're scared of social interaction in a lot of ways because we don't want to be judged, we don't want to be looked at a certain way. But I think as I've gotten older, I understood that one of the most important things that's going to be pivotal in me having a good life is the relationships, right? And that's even more valuable than money, because that's real people, that's real connection, that's beyond just views or um anything online or anything superficial, right? You want real genuine relationships with people and something that's going to last, right? And so there's just so many times where we get in this mindset where we have to do everything on our own. We're scared, and more importantly, when I say scared, there's a lot of black men in the black community who they're passive, and I feel like I was very much in that place where you won't do anything all day. You won't try to get yourself out of your comfort zone, right? And I used to tell myself, even when it came to like talking to girls and stuff, I used to be telling myself, well, you know what, a girl gonna walk up to me. And that's happened before. A girl has walked up to me before and said she liked me, but that's not really a woman's place to do that, or a girl's place to do that. That's not how it should be, right? And the reason I didn't do it because I was scared, but I was waiting on this idea of, oh, a girl is gonna initiate a interaction with me. A dude who might want to be friends with me, he's gonna initiate an interaction with me. I think that one of the worst things you can do as a man is be passive socially. You don't never want to be passive socially, and you don't never want to disconnect yourself from people. Now, I'm all for not being around the people that you think that are not gonna help you, not gonna help you improve, and they're not like a genuine person that you really want to be around. I understand that. But to say to be isolated and to not care about anybody and you just care about money and superficial success, those to me be the most miserable people, because they understand deep down they're doing all this for people. You're doing all that for people. When you go to work, you don't go to work just to go to work and make money. You do it because you want to take care of your family. You're making money to take care of your family. That your family time, your relationship, that's way more important than any amount of money, right? So, or any amount of superficial success. So the thing we have to understand is that this individualism of I gotta be this go getter and I gotta make a whole bunch of money, if you have that mindset thinking that that's going to replace you having relationships in your life, that's what a simp is. That's what a guy who think that all it is to life is money, for people to like you when it comes to girls or even friends, right? You got to lead with who you naturally are. And that's the thing we have to understand, and we have to be able to be confident in that and bold in that and show people that, right? Because for the longest time, I wouldn't show people that. I wouldn't show people anything of who I was, and I always came off as awkward or weird because I wouldn't talk or anything like that. But that's the thing. When you start restricting yourself and you just say what you want to say and you do what you want to do and you initiate reactions and you allow yourself to be known socially, and you're not just in a ball and quiet. Because I used to be that same type of guy, right? Those are the type of guys in the black community that people are gonna view as weird or weak. And I think that it's a thing where it's mentality. You don't have to be like that. And I think it's a lot of black men out there who want to have a better social life, and they want to build real genuine relationships with people, right? And it starts with you initiating, finding those people, attracting those people, yes. But you have to learn to initiate reactions when it comes to interactions, when it comes to making friends, being around a group of black men who are trying to self-improve and win and gain that identity. And that also applies when it comes to women, and when you want a relationship and you're not waiting on her to like you before you like her, or you're not doing any of that, right? I'm not in no way say chase nobody. I'm just saying be able to initiate and start it off and pursue in the very beginning. uh yeah, so that's pretty much all I got to say, man. Peace out.